You might remember my last little Bennett Campground video about how unlevel the site was and everything was sort of uphill, so the sewer didn't work. Well, good news. From that video, little Bennett Campground reached out, apologized, and said they would fix the problems. So they did. So 4th of July weekend, I'm back here for the weekend in the same site because I wanted to see if it was really fixed or not. And sure enough, back on site 62, it's still super unlevel, but they can't do anything about that, and that's fine. That's why we bring blocks. But we'll start on this side. All of this is regraded. Much of an improvement than it was. But what happened before was that these railroad ties extended all the way down the site, and it wasn't square, and you couldn't put your steps down. It didn't work. It was really tight. I couldn't even use my outdoor kitchen because I would have had to stand on top of these weird railroad ties. Anyway, they cut all that out, regraded all of this, and it's a huge improvement. The site is a little bit more level side to side. I only needed 2 blocks on the passenger side, but it's fine. It's really a big improvement. So good job there. The other thing was, and this was the biggest part of my last video, is that the sewer septic hookup was uphill. So they have regraded all of this. There was also, and you can still sort of see where it was, right along this grass line, there was railroad ties. And they took my comments to heart, and they came in here, and this pipe here was on the other side of that railroad tie, which went all the way down there, and you can see how much taller the retaining wall is here compared to the site level where the camper sits, and this was on the wrong side of that retaining wall, so you couldn't use it. You had to go to the dump station rather, and every other campsite was the same way, at least on this side of the loop. And they've gone through and they fixed them all. So I'm pretty impressed. The power of YouTube and social media, I guess. But huge improvement. I had problems putting the slide out before because the site was too narrow. The cutout was too narrow. But now everything is like it should be. The waste is not traveling uphill because, it doesn't. So everything is working. So great job, little Bennett. I'm impressed for a campground of your size to really step it up with your community and fix the problems that I brought to light in the last video. So I definitely am impressed, and we'll continue to camp here. Pretty cool. Thanks.